This video you're going to see today is going to be kind of a collection of different things we've been working on the homestead. I'm going to share with you some beekeeping. I'm going to share with you the finished, well, almost finished second chicken coop. We're going to take a look at a couple things we've been doing in the garden, some different homestead chores that I haven't actually done before, and I hope you enjoy it. As I said, none of these things were quite a full video. I put them all together because our channel is actually more than just about gardening. We have 3.5 acres up in Northern California, and we have 7 kids. We have bees, we have chickens, we have a very large garden. I've only owned this property for just 5 years and have planted 3 dozen young fruit trees in that time. So we are developing this place as we go and love to share it with you. I hope you enjoy this video, and maybe there's something that you are interested in, or something you learn, or something you could actually give me advice in the comments about. I would totally take it. Let's get started with the bees. Hi, welcome to Scofield Farm. We are out checking our bees. It's a week after we found out that we do indeed have a queen, that our split we made after our hive swarmed. They did make a queen. We want to see now if there's evidence of her laying. We also are going to check the other hive to see if we need to put another super on top and maybe pull some honey frames. This is just one of the things we're doing on the homestead right now. I want to show you just glimpses, sneak peeks of different things going on with our bees. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of our chickens and just a few other things that we're doing right now that takes a lot of our time that we don't always make a full video about. This is the hive that made a new queen, and there's not a lot of activity at the front door, but there is some. And the good news is the ones going in, the foragers, they do have packed pollen saddles. So this is encouraging that this hive is going to try to make it. And you know, it takes a while to get to the point of having foragers because they have to go through the whole cycle of egg, larvae, hatching, and then their nurse bees and those different jobs before they forage. So this is pretty good. That one right there, she has a ton of pollen on her saddle. I hope there's evidence of eggs and larvae. Last week, we looked at the top brooder box, and it didn't have as much honey as we checked it before when we made the split. Now it looks like there's more honey, which means instead of eating their resources to survive as, you know, a colony that really needed a queen, it looks like they're back to making resources, which is always a really good sign for a hive to do well. Nice cap honey. And I have a feeling a lot of the frames are going to be like this. I like to see all this bee activity. This is encouraging when I see a lot of bees doing stuff here. Yep, there's a lot of bees working on that one. I don't even think we need to pull that one. We can just pull them over and kind of look.
Same. It's
yep.
funny.
It looks good. It looks good. You want to gently pull that one over? Oh, there's a lot of bees on this one. Oh, that's nice. Tons and tons of bees down there. Okay, this is the bottom brooder box where we were most curious if we're going to see evidence of the queen laying eggs, evidence of larvae, whether they are uncapped or capped. I will take evidence of either because it just means that we have an active queen. We did see her last time, but I want to see evidence that she's actually thriving at her job. Ooh, okay, careful there. Okay, do you see? Oh, I think I do see larvae. Is that larvae in there? I don't really see eggs on this side.
Colorful pollen on the other side.
Pollen?
Very colorful.
Oh, beautiful. The pollen's so pretty. We definitely have some resources. That's so pretty. Isn't that a beautiful? It's like a stained glass picture. It's so pretty. Ooh, look at that with the light. See, in the light? It's beautiful. Okay. Go. All right. Now it's moving. All right. There's a couple queen cells here, even though I know we have a queen. Interesting. There's pollen. Oh, that's capped brood.
Yep, we got it.
And I see larvae. See the larvae?
Oh yeah, there's larvae.
Yeah, there's larvae and capped brood. Here, I'm gonna angle
There's a
this.
queen. She's queen's here.
Oh, we gotta be very careful then. Where is she? You see her?
I thought I saw her. Now she's gone. I don't see her.
Maybe be very careful if she's on here. I was gonna ask if anything are in those queen cells. If you could look underneath.
No.
Empty?
Nothing in that one. Nothing in that one.
I don't see her. Did you seriously thought you saw her?
I did, but that's fine.
Well, I don't want to hurt her if she's on this one.
I might be wrong.
There is a little bit of capped brood over here, just a little bit.
So we got it. That's what we needed. Capped brood.
There's a lot of larvae in this one.
Awesome. Okay.
But I don't want to hurt her if she's in this one.
Well, put it back down.
I don't see her on this one.
Yeah, she's obviously active here though.
So we saw great evidence of eggs, brood, larvae, capped brood. We are very excited about how that other hive is doing. Now we're just going to check real fast if we need another honey super on this hive or not. All right, let's see how they're doing. I really want to paint wax onto our frames. I feel like this has been a mistake I haven't done. So this does not have wax painted onto it. Do you want to get one of your tools?
Yeah, we don't need it. I'm looking.
Can you lift just so I can see one or two? Slowly. Okay. Oh, just a tiny bit of wax there. Okay. How about the next one over? You just carefully lift that out, and then let's see the next one over.
Tiny bit.
Okay, so we're good. I really think oh wait, lift it all the way. Yeah, I really think I need to paint wax on next time. So I'll do that with the new ones. Ooh, 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 they want to go down there. Ah! I don't know what they're doing. Okay. Funny bees. One homestead chore I have is to paint wax onto my neck super frames. I have watched a lot of videos, read different books and things that say it's the best way for them to build out their comb for honey, even for brood faster. I haven't done it yet, but I do have wax I can melt down inside and do it. So that is one of my chores I want to do. I also want to show you how our coop looks, and we finally finished it. I have some video of some of them putting it together, and we actually have our newer hens, and I think we have 1 or 2 roosters with them living in there, and a couple of the new hens are even laying eggs, the pullets. It's crazy. It feels really early to me. Over here you can see our second coop is completed. Oh, it looks like we actually need to paint one side of it, but everything else is painted. And they did such a great job. This took us about a year to make just because life. My husband broke his ankle, and then he had knee surgery, and I had shoulder surgery, and so a lot of things took longer than normal.
You gotta cut all the way through after you make the groove.
Here we have our nesting boxes. We do need to seal this up a little better. That is one thing we're trying to do. Oh, we need some handles on these. Our nesting boxes are in here. I don't see eggs from this side. Uh-oh. It's not closing quite. Over here you can see most of our new hens, and we have like one rooster, maybe two. They're over there. But I wanted to show you inside. We have this very small door, and we had to put this string on because one of our kids actually got stuck inside before we got the screen on. We need more pine bedding, but this is the inside. Looks like they need fresh water. Here's their roosting. There is their exit. And over here, we need to fix these nesting boxes a little bit. I don't see any eggs in them yet. That's okay though. We have ventilation up here for them. Yeah, we worked hard on this, and it's gonna be a good home to help with the pecking order issues in our coop. See, I don't get stuck. We free range, so our chickens don't really spend a lot of time in this run in our first one. So we have not built a run yet for our second coop because it's very rare that we don't have them outside. We like to give them the full back 3 acres. There is our feisty rooster coming over at me, I think. This fig tree we planted over here to give them shade. I'm just gonna give him some healthy space. But yeah, it's looking really good. I really like how it's coming together. I'm still in my bee suit, which is kind of funny, but I was going to show you a couple of the fruit trees that have fruit growing on them, which is very encouraging. However, I kind of think the birds and the ground squirrels will probably get most of it before we do, but this is the most fruit we've had on trees so far. That's why I want to show you. We have apples growing, quite a few apples, and I really hope not to lose them. There we go. That's really, like, this branch is just packed full of them. So hopefully we get at least a couple of them. I believe this is a Granny Smith. I kind of think, I can't remember to look at my records. Over here we have a couple peach trees, and all of them have peaches on them. So as I said, hopefully we get some of them. Peaches right here. There's actually a lot of them on this tree. Over here, this one has got quite a few as well. We look up, there's quite a few peaches all over. And this little apple tree over here doesn't have anything yet, but it's very, very, very young. So the fact that it's alive, I'm happy about that. And then over here, our pear tree actually has some pears this year. I'm trying to reach and show you. There's pears. I hope we get some of them. I hope that the wildlife shares with us. After planting so many pea plants, I have 2 tiny peas. I can't even get it off one-handed. Oh my gosh. It's not very big, but it's mine. So another homestead chore is getting water to this. We have it to everything else. I planted these a couple days ago. They didn't get water today, and it was pretty hot. You can see a little bit dried up, but the new growth is green, so I think this little spigot will help them bounce back, I hope. This has happened before with sweet potatoes, so I think it could still bounce back, I think. Our cabbage, I keep wondering if we pick them, it's gonna be so hot. I mean, they're not tight heads. They're trying to head, not very tight though, so they're really pretty, but maybe I give them another day. Maybe I check them tomorrow. I don't know. Such a weird weather for cabbage. Another chore I have, which it is evening, is I pull the spent flowering stems from the chives. Because they're already huge, I don't need them to like reseed a million times. So I just pull them out, the ones that the bees are done with. If more open or they look fresh like that one, then I don't pull that. Just another homestead chore. Another homestead chore has been tying up these tomatoes, and I have been pulling suckers and leaves off of the bottom part. A lot of these, we didn't have this panel up until today. So a lot of these actually were really huge, like down there, and they were laying on their side. So you see some of them are kind of curved. Their stem goes up curved, and a lot of them have double stems, which I'll just be okay with. I just don't want to have like 10 leader stems. That's too much. Have to take those suckers off. This is what I'm talking about. They all kind of look jungly like this, and I have to take like a sucker is a new stem growing from the elbow of a leaf, and it has like its own whole system. It might even have flowers on it, which feel kind of sad to sacrifice, but all I can really afford space-wise is 2 suckers at the very max. I really don't have room for more than that. So I have a lot to clean up in this bed. Even that one right there is trying to go lay down. That's why I need to train it to be along this trellis that we put up. It's made out of a cattle panel and they work really well. I tie them with this kind of tape. It's like garden tape. I know it's plastic, it's not awesome, but it helps us grow, and until I find a better way, that's gonna be how we do it. I'm super sweaty because it's like 104 out here, and at least I'm in the shade because this is like the evening time, but it's still really hot. It doesn't cool off where I live in the evening that much. You know, we will have it like 90 degrees still at 9 p.m. So, but at least I'm in the shade, as I said, much better than direct sunlight to get my garden work done. Another homestead chore is I am like using my crock pot like a double broiler, melting down some wax we've collected from the different hives, and we're going to paint some frames today. These frames, they don't have anything on them. Supposedly there's wax on there from the company, but it's not really. So I'm going to try it. I've heard so many good things about painting wax on. I want to help our bees make honey better, so yeah, as soon as that's melted, we'll be doing this. Okay, so I melted some of this wax. It's like a little bit brown from the propolis, but I am trying to paint some of it on. I think it's taking a lot more wax than I realized it would. Very interesting. Anytime I do something for the first time, I feel like I learn a lot. So I'm painting some wax on, and the propolis made it brown, maybe a little bit of honey that was stuck in some of them too. But this is probably only going to be enough to do this one frame. So that is not what I was thinking. For some reason, I thought it would go a lot further than this, but it really is not going very far at all. I guess it takes a lot of wax for bees to build out their comb. I think that's kind of one thing that this is teaching me, is what I thought was a good amount of wax really wasn't very much wax compared to what they use. There we go. So even me doing this is just still not going to be the head start that I was hoping it would be for the bees. And this wax is actually firming up really, really quick. So that didn't quite go as I planned, but I have a few frames, by a few I mean 2.5, that I got this kind of dirty propolis looking wax on it, and I'm hoping it actually helps them build out honey faster. Yeah, that wax did not go as far as I was thinking it would. You learn something new all the time homesteading. Thank you so much for joining us today. And as I said, we do lots of different things here. A lot of our content is actually about growing food, but we love all the animals that we've added, and bees are one of my favorite things. So let me link you to another bee video, and I'll see you over there. And hopefully, if you are good at beekeeping, you can give me some advice, and otherwise, maybe we can inspire a love of bees and an interest in beekeeping for you. I'll see you over there.